Hello, everybody, and welcome back. As promised, we got game two of this doubleheader. And with the A's struggling, they made some lineup changes here in game number two of this doubleheader. Leading off playing shortstop is Chick Galloway. Batting second, playing third base is Home Run Baker. Batting third, playing first base is Jimmy Fox. Batting fourth, playing center field is Al Simmons. Batting fifth, playing left field is Bob Serve. Batting sixth, playing right field is Bing Miller. Batting seventh and doing the catching is Frankie Hayes. Batting eighth, playing second base is Mac Bishop. And on the mound, batting ninth is Chief Bender. And for the Cleveland Indians, they made a few changes from game number one also. They got Nap Lajoie leading off playing second. Shoeless Joe batting second playing left. Batting third playing first base Hal Trusky. Batting fourth playing third base Al Rosen. Batting fifth playing right field Rocky Colavito. Batting sixth playing center field is Tris Speaker. Batting seventh playing shortstop Blue Boudreau. Batting eighth and doing the catching is Steve O'Neill. And batting ninth and doing the pitching is Bob Feller. Let's get down here for game number two of this doubleheader. And we got Chick Galloway leading off. He's batting 500 on the year. No homers and no RBIs. And Bob Feller's on the mound. This is his fourth appearance, his third start. He's 0-2 with a 9.9 ERA. Here's the pitch to Chick. And that's going to be a base on ball. So Galloway gets on base right away. Galloway down at first now. And that'll bring up Frank Home Run Baker. And Baker's batting 304 on the year. No homers and 5 RBI. And that's going to be a pop-up back behind the plate. O'Neill takes the mask off, makes the catch for out number one. And double X, Jimmy Fox is up now with a runner on at first and one out. Fox batting 264. 2 homers and 7 RBI. And that'll be a 19. That'll be a fly ball out the left field. Shoeless Joe makes the catch for out number 2. So it's up to Al Simmons. Try to drive that leadoff batter in with that leadoff walk. Al Simmons is batting 373, 3 homers and 14 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Tris Speaker. That'll end this inning. And the A's strand one. We go to the bottom of the first. A's nothing. The Indians coming to bat. You can see Cleveland's upcoming schedule. They got go on the road to play Chicago for 3 games, and then they travel to Baltimore. Nap Lajoie is batting 392. He's got a homer and 7 RBIs going up against Chief Bender. This is his third start. He's 1-1 with a 3.71 ERA. And here's the pitch to Nap. And that's going to be a slow roller down the Bishop for out number 1. And it brings up Shoeless Joe now. And Joe's batting 365, 2 homers and 13 RBI. And that's going to be a 20. And that's going to be a nice play down at short by Chick Galloway. He fires across the diamond for out number 2 rather. Hal Trusky's up now. And Trusky, he's batting 319, 6 homers and 15 RBIs. And that's going to be a 20. That'll be a ground fly ball out to center field. Simmons has got that. 1, 2, 3 goes the Tribe. We get to the second. No score here in game number 2 of this doubleheader. We got Serve, Miller, and Hayes due up. And Bob's batting 375, 3 homers and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left for out number 1. brings up Bing Miller now. And Miller batting 225, the homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Feller strikes him out for out number 2. And Frankie Hayes is up now. And Hayes is batting 267 with a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Frankie trots on down to first. And brings up Max Bishop now with a runner down at first and 1 out. Bishop batting a $150. No homers and 1 RBI. And he gets a hold of this, Max does. Can he drive in Frank from first? And he might do more than that. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is gone, folks. Max Bishop with a 2-out, 2-run homer here in the top of the second. Gives the A's a 2-0 lead. That'll bring up Chief Bender now. Lead of this game. 2-0 lead for Bender. Bender's batting 667 on the year. And here's the pitch to Bender. And that's going to be a base on balls. Bender trots on down to first. We're back to the top of the order in Galloway. Galloway walked his first time up. Bender's in a mess here in the second. All this with 2 outs. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. 62 on a 10. That's going to be filling column 2. And that's going to be a first on an error. And the runner will get down the second. So the wheels are starting to fall off as Lou Bordeaux, one of the best fielding shortstops, makes an error and everybody's safe. Now you got first and second for home run Baker. Can he bust this game open and give the A's a nice lead here with first and second? 2 outs. Baker popped up to the catcher's first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And he'll go to short way to second to end the inning. But the A's scored 2. Take a 2-0 lead here into the bottom of the second. You got Rosen due up, followed by Colavito and Speaker. Al Rosen's batting 158, 2 homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Miller. He makes the catch for out number 1. And that brings up Colavito now. And Rocky is batting 333, 2 homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Colavito out. First strikeout of the game for Bender. And that brings up Tris Speaker now. Speaker's batting 258, 3 homers and 6 RBIs. And that's well hit by Speaker. Let's see where this ends up at. And that's going to be a double in the right field. Speaker with a 2-out double. Tying run down at second for Lou Bordeaux. He had the error in that second inning. Now he's got a chance to make up for it. Speaker with excellent speed out there. Bender struggling big time. He's 0-97. He is 3 for 31. No homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strike count on him. 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be lifted out to Bob Serve in left field. And that'll end the threat. The Indians strand 1 to the top of the third we go. And we got Fox, Simmons, and Serve. The big boys due up here for the A's. Jimmy is 0 for 1. Flew out the left. And that's a high. That ball is far. How far is this one going to go, folks? That ball is off the fence out there. Just missed a solo homer. Fox is down there at second with a leadoff double. Jimmy Fox thought he had all of it, but not quite. So you got a runner down at second and nobody out for Al Simmons. Simmons flew out the center his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Colavito with a gun out there. 35 and a 2 should be fielding column 2. And it is. And that'll be we'll roll another dice here. A 5. And that'll be a 43. And he's going to stay put at second. Fox is. So now there's one down. And that'll bring up Bob Serve. Can Bob deliver here and drive him in? Make this a 3-0 ball game. Bob flew out to his counterpart and left his last time up. And Bob Serves blast this one, folks. See if this one can make it out of here on a 20. And no, again, off the wall. That's going to be a double in the left field. They can't quite square up, Bob. He's just getting it off the barrel of the bat. But that'll be an RBI double served down at second. Looks like this lineup change has sparked these A's here today. Bang Miller's up now. He's 0 for 1, struck out. Bob down at second. Not much speed down there. And that's going to be against the righty, a 19 and a 10. Yep, a 19 and a 10. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. That'll be fielding column 3. 51, I'm sure of. Yep. 51 will be a fielding column 3. And let's roll another dice here. And that'll be a 31. And Bob's going to stay put. Now there's 2 outs. Runner down at second. 3-0 game for Frankie Hayes. Frankie walked his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Colavito. That'll end the inning. Bob Serves double, scores 1. We go to the bottom of the third. The A's with a 3-0 lead. And we have O'Neill, Fellers due up and then back to Elijah way. As you can see, the team comparison, the A's are 4 and 9. They have struck out 62 times, walked 55. Hit 41 doubles, have 11 triples. Cleveland's 8 and 4. They've struck out 62 times, walked 77 times, hit 60 doubles and 9 triples. O'Neill is batting 100 on the year with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Chick's got it. He fires across over to Jimmy for out number 1. Brings up Bob Feller. And Bob Feller is 0 for 3 on the year. And that's going to be 0 for 4 as he strikes out. Bender strikes him out for the second strikeout of the game. And Elijah Way's up now. And he grounded out to second, his counterpart the last time. And that's going to be another ground ball down to Bishop and another out. 1, 2, 3 goes to Tribe. To the top of the 4th we go. We got the bottom part of the order due up here for the A's. Bishop and Bender. And then back to Galloway. But Max Bishop hit the 2-run homer to give these A's a 2-0 lead back in the second. And that's going to be a base on balls. Bishop's on board again here. And Chief Bender is going to try to bunt him into scoring position. He walked his first time up. Here's the pitch to Bender. And that's going to be a 2 strikes on him. He misses both attempts to bunt. They're going to keep the bunt sign on the 0-2 pitch. And that's going to be a bunt down the third. Rosen's only play is going to be over to first with Knapp covering. And that'll be out number 1. That gets the runner in the scoring position for Chick Galloway now. And Galloway, he is 0 for 1 today, but he's reached base both times and came around the, no, he didn't come around the score. He's walked and he's reached on an error. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. And Trusky's up with it. And the runner will get down the third. Trusky tosses it over to Feller covering. Now there's 2 outs and Bishop down at third for Frank Baker. Can Baker make this a 4-0 lead here? He is 0 for 2. He's popped up to the catcher and grounded into a fielder's choice. And that's going to be a ground ball down the nap. He throws over to first. And Bishop gets stranded at third. To the bottom of the fourth we go. It's still a 3-0 lead here for the A's. You got Jackson, Trusky, and Rosendew up here against Chief. And Shoeless Joe's 0 for 1. He grounded out to short his first time up. And that ball is ripped into right field. And that'll be a stand-up triple for Jackson. So now a runner down at third and nobody out. Sorry, we'll change that. That was out the left field. We'll change it here. Change it to left field. Triple in the left field. And you got the base runner down at third for Trusky. They'll play the infield back. Give up the run for an out here, up by 3. Trusky flew out to center his first time up. And that'll be a 20. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. That's going to score the run. And now it's a 3-1 ball game. Tying run comes up to the plate now. And Al Rosen. And Rosen flew out to right his first time up. Bender looking for that doctor ordered double play ball. And that's going to be 39. And the pitcher, 55. That's going to be a rare play with a runner at first and a 39. Have to re-roll some dice here. 39. A 16 and a 39. 16 and a 39 will be a 10. And that'll be hit down the short. Galloway's down there, 45 and an 8. 45 and an 8. That'll be fielding column 1. And that's going to be a nice play down at short. They'll get the lead. Nope, they'll get the batter out. The runner will get down to second with 1 out. Galloway stops that ball from getting into the outfield, though. So now there's 1 out. And Colavito's up with a runner down at second. Tying run still at the plate here. And Rocky struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. 56 and a 3. Still might be column number 1. That's barely column number 2. That's going to be a single in the center. And the runner's going to stop at third. So now we got first and third here. And the bottom of the fourth with a run already in. And again, they're going to play back for the double play. Try to get out of this mess. Tris Speaker's up. Rocky not much speed down at first. Speaker did double his first time up. And that's going to be blasted. And here we go. The A's can't hold on to a lead here, folks. And that ball is hit into the gap in deep center field. And Rocky not much speed. That ball was blasted. Let's see if he can score from first. Tie this ball game up. Simmons has got a cannon out there. 24 with 1 out. That'll be a 46 or lower. He's safe. And Simmons throws Rocky out at the plate. So that saves the go-ahead tying run from scoring. Runner thrown out at the plate. Now you got a runner down at second and 2 outs. but it's a one-run ball game. Speaker's down at second for Lou Bordeaux. It's a 3-2 ball game. Lou's 0 for 1. He flew out the left this last time up, and that'll be a ground ball down the second. And Bishop up with it, fires over the first. And a nice play by Simmons keeps the lead here for the A's. He gunned him, Rocky out at the plate. And we go to the top of the fifth in a one-run ball game. Fox, Simmons, and Serve due up here. Double X. Not a problem, Ken, buddy. A's trying to blow it again. They get out to a 3-0 lead and give up 2 runs in the fourth. Al Simmons threw Rocky Colavito out at the plate to keep this game from being tied so far, Ken. And now you got Fox, Simmons, and Serve due up. And Double X is 1 for 2 with the fly out the left and doubled and came around the score. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Rosen for out number 1. Here comes Al Simmons up now. He just missed a homer his last time. Oh, no, he didn't. He flew out the center and right. That was Bob Serve that just missed a homer. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Colavito's got it. And here comes Bob Serve, who just missed a homer his last time up. Doubled in a run to make it a 3-0 ball game. Here's the pitch to Bob. And that's going to be another fly ball out to Colavito. And that ball's caught. 1, 2, 3 goes the A's. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Bottom part of the order due up here for the Tribe. O'Neill, Feller, and then back to Knapp at the top of the order. As you see the A's upcoming schedule, they stay on the road and go to Detroit for 3 games. And then they go to the nation's capital, Washington. O'Neill is 0 for 1, grounded out to short. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Bob in left field. That brings up Bob Feller now with nobody on and 1 out. And Bob struck out his first time up. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. Bob goes down for the second time on strikes. Back to the top of the order we go. And Elijah Way is grounded out to his counterpart, Bishop, twice. And this one's hit down. Nope, that's a swing and a miss. Feller strikes him out. So back-to-back strikeouts. Bender strikes him out. We go to the top of the 6th. We got Miller, Hayes, and Bishop due up here. And Bing's 0 for 2, struck out and flew out to Colavito. And that's going to be a ground ball in front of the plate. And O'Neill, 33 on a 8. That should be filling column 1. That's a nice play by O'Neill. He pounces on it and fires down the first. And Miller's out. That brings up Hayes now. And Hayes has walked, came around the score, and flew out to Colavito. And that's going to be a fly ball this time out the left field. So he's hit the ball to both corners. Both times it's been outs. It's up to Bishop. Bishop has hit a 2-run homer in this game. It gave the Indians a 2-0 lead, and he walked his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Lou. 1, 2, 3 goes the A's. To the bottom of the 6th we go. You got Jackson, Trusky, and Rosen due up. As you see, Philadelphia is 4-9, batting .252, a 320 on base percentage. Slugging's .469 and an OPS of .790. And the Tribe's 8-4, batting .260 and on base percentage of .340. Slugging .451 and an OPS of .791. And Shoeless Joe's up. He's tripled. Came around to score back in the 4th and grounded out short in the 1st. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Serve for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down here in the 6th. And Trusky's up now. And he delivered an RBI single his last time up. And in the 1st, he flew out the center. and that's going to be a base on balls. So the tying runs down at first, brings the go-ahead run to the plate. Now Rosen. And Rosen's 0 for 2. He's flown out to Miller and right and grounded out to Galloway at short. And that's going to be a 20 on a 9. And that's going to be an infield hit. Al Rosen beats it out. Little Baltimore chop. Rosen's aboard now, first and second, and only one out. And Mickey Cochran coming to the plate. Can they get a ground ball double play out of Rocky? Rocky is 1 for 2. He singled his last time up and struck out. And that's going to be a base on balls. Bender's got himself in a mess here now. Bases are juiced, nowhere to put Speaker. No play back for the double play. Try to get out of this mess. Rocky not much speed down there at first. Trish is 2 for 2. He's doubled twice and drove in a run. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Simmons. Let's see if that's deep enough to score the runner from third. 45. Trusky doesn't have much speed. 45 and a 36 plus 9. That's a 50-50 chance. Lou's up. Lou ain't hitting worth a shit. So they're going to send him. So it's 36 or lower. He's safe at the plate. Can Simmons do it again? He's already thrown one runner out. And he's in there safely as Hayes applies the tag and thinks he got him. But that's a sacrifice fly. And that'll tie this ball game up, folks. And just like that, we got first and second now and 2 outs. It's a 3-3 game. Yeah, here comes the Indians again. You're right. They can get out of this mess with only 1 run scoring. They'll be happy, though. Here comes Lou up now with 2 outs and runners on first and second. And here's the pitch to Lou. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out the left and grounded out. And that's going to be a base on balls. You walk a guy not even hitting 100. What is Chief Bender doing here, folks? And that brings up Steve O'Neill. There's a force at every base. I understand that. O'Neill, he's only batting 091 too. He's 0 for 2 today, grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the, nope, that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. He fires over to first, and that'll end the inning. So the Indians leave the bases loaded, only score 1 run, but tie this ball game up. We go to the top of the 7th. I think we're going to have to pitch hit here for Bender. Try to get something going here in the top of the 7th. See who's going to come off the bench here against Bob Feller. And they got 2 lefties on the bench. One of them's Wally, and the other one is Ferris. Ferris is going to come off the bench. We're not going to use Wally, that's for sure. Here comes Ferris Fan off the bench. Can he get something started here in the 7th? Tie ball game against Bob Feller. And Ferris is batting 200 on the year. He's got a homer and 2 RBIs. And that ball is well hit. Ferris delivers here, folks. Of course, let's see what Moses would have done. 19. Moses would have hit a freaking solo homer, of course. Let's see, though. Fan still might. And nope, that's going to be a double in the right field. But Ferris gets on with a leadoff double. And the A's got the go-ahead run down at second. Bob Feller's due to lead off the bottom of the 7th. They're going to let him try to get out of this. We're back to the top of the order in. Chick Galloway. Galloway has walked, reached on an error, and has grounded out to first. Can Chicky Baby do it? And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And a 62 and a 10. That's probably going to be fielding column 2. Lou has not had a great day. Yep, that's going to be fielding column 2. First on air, runner's going to hold. That's going to be an E6. Runner on second's not going anywhere. So we got first and second now for home run Baker. And nobody out here. And again, they're trying to get Bender through this damn inning. And home run Baker. He is 0 for 3 today. He has popped up to the catcher, grounded into a force play, and grounded out the second. Can Baker blast this one and give the A's the lead here? And that's going to be against the 19. That's going to be a single in the left field. And that'll score Ferris easily. And Galloway, with nobody else, going to stop at second. So Baker delivers an RBI single. And just like that, it's 4-3. And Bob's not going to make it through this inning. Still nobody out. They're going to have to do a double switch here. Do a double switch. So Bob's coming out of the game. Let's see what they're going to do here. And they're going to take Lou out of the game. So let's see here. Lou's going to come out of the game. Joe's going to come in batting a 9 spot. Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch. You got Fox. Simmons have got a bunch of righties coming up. And I think it's going to be they're going with their chief. They're going to go with Chief Harder. He's going to come out of the bullpen here and try to keep this a 1-run game. And he'll bat in the 8th spot. So Mel's going to come in, bat in the 7th spot for Lou. And Joe Sowell is going to come in, bat in the 9th spot and play short. Okay, here. So Mel, this is his 4th appearance. He is 1-0 with a no ERA. He'll be facing Fox here. Fox is 1 for 3. He has flown out the left, doubled and grounded out. Can the Tribe bust this game open and get some insurance runs here? They're up 4-3. Nobody out. Galloway down at second. Great speed. Baker down at first. Awesome speed. And a double X is at the plate. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. They'll get the runner out at second. And that'll be it. He spins around, throws that ball down to Joe as just came in the game. So now it'll be first and third and 1 out. And that'll force the Tribe to bring the infield in. And Al Simmons is up. And Simmons is 0 for 3. He has flown out the right twice and he has flown out the center. And here's the pitch to Al. And that ball is blasted. That ball is high. How far is this one going to go, folks? And that ball is off the wall in the deep center field. But that's going to clear the bases, I believe, with 1 out. Let's see here. 56. 35. Trish has got a good arm, but that's great speed down there at first. Yep, that's going to clear the bases with no throw. Al Simmons just missed a home run, folks. And that'll make this a 6-3 ball game. 1 out and Bob serve up. So making these lineup changes that seem to spark these A's today. And we didn't score Fox from first. Redo this. So a double in the deep center field. And the runner from first should score. And now we got a runner down at second for Bob serve. And Bob is 1 for 3 with an RBI double. He's flown out to the corners left and right his other 2 times up. And that's going to be against the righty. And that'll be a 17. And that's going to be a single in the right field. And Rocky's got a gun out there. Al's got decent speed, not great speed. And that'll be with 1 out of 42. And he's going to stop at third, Al is. So that's a single in the right. Bob Serve having a wonderful game. That brings up Miller now. And again, Indians cannot afford to give up a run here. You got Bob down there at first. Miller, they're still got to bring the infield in. You got to bring it in. Miller has struck out, flown out the right, and grounded out to the catcher. And that's going to be a ground ball with the infield in a 51 down the second. 51 and a 9. That'll be fielding column 1. And that's still going to be a double play ball. That's going to be the old So that's going to be the old 4-6-3 double play anyway. Nice play by Knapp. And that'll end the inning. We go to the 7th inning stretch. Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch. Got the lefty, a righty, and a lefty. Let's see here. I think Plank's going to come out here because you got the lefties due up. Yeah, Plank's going to come out here. Try to keep this a 3-run game. Let the lefties due up. So Eddie's going to come out of the bullpen. Do we want to? We might want to make a double switch here. We might want to do a double switch. Bob Johnson's going to come out. We're going to do a double switch here for Miller. So Plank will go and bat in Miller's spot. And Bob Johnson will bat in the 9 spot. So Eddie will bat in the 6 hole. And Bob will come in and bat in the 9 spot. Where's Bob at? There he is. Okay. And Bob, let's see. Is he going to play right field? Yeah, Bob will play right field. He's not going in the left. Serve will stay in there. So Johnson will go in the right field. There we go. Gotta love having a DH. So this is Joe's first plate appearance of the game after coming in for the double switch. He's batting .250 on the year. No homers and no RBIs. He'll be followed by the top of the order in Lajoie and Jackson. See if Eddie Plank can keep this a 3-run game here. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Bob Johnson. The ball always finds the new guy for out number 1. Lajoie's up now. And Knapp. He's 0 for 3, grounded out to second twice and is struck out. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 15. That's going to be another fly ball out to Johnson. 2 fly balls to right, 2 outs. They're picking on the new guy. And up to the plates now, Shoeless Joe. And Jackson's 1 for 3 with a triple. He's grounded out the short and flew out the left. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 17. And that's going to be a nice, nope, that's going to be a base hit. Joe beats it out. That's a slow roller down the short. Galloway fires over. And Shoeless Joe, he beats the throw. So now you got a runner down at first for Hal Trusky. He's 1 for 2. He has flown out, had an RBI single and walked, and came around the score twice. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 17. And that is going to be a ground ball down the short. And Galloway's going to throw over to first for out number 3. So Eddie gets out of the 7th with no run scoring. To the top of the 8th we go. We got a 6-3 ball game here. A's trying to split this doubleheader and get out of Cleveland with 1 win. Frankie Hayes is over 2. He walked, came around the score, and flown out to the corners right and left. And that's going to be another base on balls. Hayes walks on down the first. And here comes Max Bishop. He homered in that second inning after Hayes got on, hit a 2-run shot. He has walked in the 4th and grounded out to short in the 6th. And that's going to be a tailor-made. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball out to Jackson. And that'll be out number 1. And here comes Bob Johnson up for the first time after the double switch. And Johnson's batting 167. No homers and no RBIs. Here's the pitch to Bob. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes. Can Johnson drive this 2-0 pitch out there? And that's going to be against a righty, a 17. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. Matter of fact, that's a swing and a miss. Mel strikes him out for out number 2. And back to Chick Galloway we go. And Galloway is 0 for 3. He's walked, reached on an error twice, came around the scorer on that last error in the 7th, and he's grounded out the first. And that's going to be against a righty, a 17. And that's going to be a single and down the short infield hit. And Galloway's aboard now. Hayes down at second. So the Shorn's run in scoring position. Hayes doesn't have very good speed. Baker's up now. He is 1 for 4 with an RBI single back in the 7th. He has popped up, grounded into a fielder's choice, and grounded out the second. And that's going to be a fly ball out the speaker in center, and that'll end the inning. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Let's see here. Got righties coming up now. Plank's due up 4th. Let's see if they go to a righty now. I think Bullet Joe Bush is going to come in here, try to get these righties out. So Plank does his job in the 7th. See if Bush can do the job here in the 8th. Bullet Joe. He's due up 4th and the top of the 9th. So Bush will come in and bat in the 6th spot. And this is Bullet Bob's 4th appearance. He's 0-1 with a 1.8 ERA. He'll be facing Rosen, Colavito, and then Speaker. And Al Rosen is 1 for 3. He has flown out the right, grounded out the short, and singled in the 6th. And that's going to be a ground ball down the double X. He calls off Bush, takes it himself for out number 1. And up to the plate now is Rocky Colavito. And Rocky's 1 for 2. He has struck out, singled, and walked. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Galloway at short. 2 quick outs here in the 8th. And here comes Tris Speaker up. Speaker's having a good game. He's 2 for 2. 2 doubles and a sacrifice fly. He's drove in 2 runs today. And that's going to be the first time they've gotten him out without somebody scoring. That's a fly ball out to his counterpart in center. Al Simmons waits for it, makes the catch. And that's a 1-2-3-8. To the top of the 9th we go. And we got Fox, Simmons, and Serve due up here. And Mel's trying to get through this 9th inning. He's due to lead off the bottom of the 9th. Jimmy Fox is 1 for 4. He has flown out the left. He's doubled in the 3rd and came around the score. He is grounded out the 3rd, and he reached on a fielder's choice and came around the score in the 7th. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Rosen for out number 1. And Al Simmons comes to the plate now. And Al is 1 for 4. He has flown out the center and right, flew out the right twice, and he had a 2 RBI double in the 7th. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Tris Speaker in center for out number 2. And here comes Bob Serve. Serve's had a great game here today. He's 2 for 4, a double and an RBI. He's flown out the left and right his other 2 times up. And that's going to be against the righty, 17. And that's going to be an infield hit. Bob Serve's on base again, folks. Bob Serve's having a darn good game. He's down at first with 2 outs. And that's going to be it for Bush. They're going to try to add on to this. And there they let Moses bat. They're going to let Wally bat. Might be a mistake here, but Wally's coming off the bench here. See if Wally can deliver here and try to get himself straightened out. Wally's only batting 125 on the year, no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. 36 and a 2. That should be fielding column 2, and it is. And that's going to be a single in the right, and Bob's going to stop at 3rd. And Moses is going to get the 2nd on the throw down the 3rd. So we got a single. So Wally comes off the bench with a pitch hit single. And a runner will get down the 3rd. And Wally will get down the 2nd. So 2nd and 3rd now for Hayes. Trying to add to this 3-run lead here in the top of the 9th. 2nd and 3rd and 2 outs. We're back to Frank Hayes up now. Frankie is 0 for 2. He's walked twice, though. Flown out to the corners right and left. And that's going to be a fly ball this time to Speaker. That'll end the inning. The A's strand, too. What could have been. We go to the bottom of the 9th. And let's see who's going to come out of the Eddie Rommel is going to come out of the bullpen and try to lock this down. See if Eddie can get the job done with a 3-run lead here. Where's Eddie at? There he is. And he'll bat in the 6th spot. And he'll be facing a pitch hitter for Harder. And then he'll have O'Neill and Soul due up. See who's going to come off the bench here for Mel. Eddie is pitching in his 4th game. No record with a 9 ERA. See who's going to come off the bench here. And I believe Larry Doby's going to come off the bench, try to get on here. And Larry's batting 200 on the year, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls, not what you want. Ed walks the first batter he faces. So he trots on down to first with a 3-run lead. You don't want to be walking, people. That brings up Steve O'Neill looking for the ground ball double play. He's grounded out twice. He's grounded out the short in the 3rd. He's grounded back to the pitcher in the 6th. And in the 5th, he's flown out the serve. Here's the pitch to O'Neill. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on O'Neill. And Ed's having trouble finding the plate here, folks. Here's the 2-0 pitch to O'Neill. And that's going to be against the righty, a 19. That's going to be a fly ball and left field. Serves got it for out number 1. And Joe's up the bat for the 2nd time here today after coming in. He is 0 for 1, flew out the right his first time up. And he gets a hold of this. Joe so well gets a hold of this one. And that ball is blasted in the right field. And that's going to be a triple, folks. A triple in the right field. And that's going to make it a 6-4 ball game and a runner down at 3rd. And only 1 out. So here we go. The Tribe trying to come back. Ed in a mess here. They're going to play back with a 2-run lead. That run means nothing. Knapp is 0 for 4. Yeah, here we go. Is right, Ken. That's what I'm thinking too. Elijah Way has grounded out the 2nd twice. He struck out and flew out the right. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. Nope, that's going to be a pop-up down the 3rd. And foul territory, and that's going to hold the runner. A big out there by Baker. Now there's 2 down and a runner at 3rd for Shoeless Joe. And Jackson is 2 for 4. He is grounded out, hit a triple, came around the score, flown out the left, and singled in the 7th. And that's going to be a team. Let's see here. 8, 10, 18, 23, 28, 31, 33. And that'll be fielding column 1. And that's going to be a foul ball out in left field. And that'll be it as Bob Serve makes the catch in foul territory for out number 3. And that'll end this ball game. Indians try to come back, but the A's finally get a win here in Cleveland, split the doubleheader. Take 1 out of 3. Take a look here at the box score. We is right. Thought for sure they was going to blow it again. Thought for sure they was. The A's 6 runs on 10 hits and no errors. The Tribe 4 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors. Top of the order came through. How about Bob Serve? I mean, anybody that knows this channel knows how much I like Bob Serve. 3 for 5 with an RBI. Galloway was 1 for 4 and came around the score. Old Jimmy Fox 1 for 5. Wally Moses coming off the bench and getting a hit. How about that? Max Bishop with that 2-run homer. The A's were 5 for 15 with runners in scoring position. They left 10 men on base. Shoeless Joe had another fine game, 2 for 5. And so did Tris Speaker, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And the Indians were 3 for 6 with runners in scoring position, left 7 men on base. Chief Bender gets his second win, goes 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, walked 3, struck out 4. Plank comes in, pitches 1 inning, 1 hit. Bush comes in 1 inning, and Rommel comes in, makes it interesting, gets the save, gives up 1 hit, 1 run, and walked 1. Bob Feller goes to 0-3, pitches 6 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, only 4 of them earned. Walked 4, struck out 1, gave up the home run to Bishop. Mel Harder comes in, pitches 3 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, walked 1, and struck out 1. Take a look here at the standings now and the leaderboard. And the Indians drop back to a tie for first with the Tigers. And the Yankees are now a game back. White Sox are a game and a half back along with the Red Sox. Senators are 2 games back. Orioles 2.5. And the A's pick up a game. They're 3.5 games back now. And Ted Williams leading the league with that 486. Lou with 7 homers. Boone and Simmons. And look at that. 4 of them now tied with 16 RBIs. Boone, Simmons, Trusky, and Williams, all with 16 RBIs on the year. And Bob Shockey with a .6 ERA. Walsh with 3 wins. Wilt with 3 saves. And now Hal Trusky's leading the MVP voting. And Ed Walsh is leading in the best pitcher category. Let's see what the next game on the channel is going to be. It'll be a National League game. Let's see here. And it looks like it's going to be your Phillies going up against the Cardinals. Looks like Cooper against Moore. See how many game series this is. And that's going to be a 3-game series. They got a double header on the 30th. I don't think they play in May. Nope. Let's make sure they don't play May 2nd. Nope. So it'll be a 3-game series, Ken, against the Cardinals. I thought this was supposed to be version 9. Let me take a look here. Yeah, I thought version 9 was supposed to be out. Maybe Stream hasn't updated yet. Yeah, I wonder why it still says version 8 then. Huh. Let's do this. Stop. Cancel. Bring it back up. Say, that says version 8 up there, don't it? Huh. Let's try this again and see if version 9 comes up. Oh, you're welcome, Ken, buddy. It looks like version 9's coming up now. Took a little bit to launch. Yeah, now it's version 9. Version 9 now. So we got the latest, greatest version. So, like I say, the next game on the channel will be April 29th. It'll be the Cardinals traveling to Philadelphia to take on the Phillies. I want to thank Ken Castro for joining us here today. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell and like button, and leave a comment. Until next time, y'all have a great day and take care.